I'm just gonna wait a minute or two because you know how it is. I'm gonna bliss you with a good view of my flag. You can see my nice epoxy resin table as well. But anyways, I always feel like this flag is magical when I sit in my recording seat, as I like to call it. This is my recording seat. So don't know how long this video is going to be, so if you have things to do, that's alright. I'm going to use up my last day of data, and I might do a longer show later. So I just put out a message to a friend asking for help, but and I was thinking about it, and I'm like, why don't I ask you guys for help too? So one of the things, I can't do my announcement yet, but I do want to tell you soon. But one of the things I want to do eventually is a show about some awesome Canadians. So I don't want you to inundate me with a bong load of emails right now and lengthy things, but just gather some feelings about who we can put on this list. And I know Norm Traversy is one of them, and Rocco's another one, and Christopher James, and all of these people. And I would like to kind of help understand more of how they helped Canadians. So that's just one thing that I'd like some thought behind, and your help. And yeah, so other than that, what have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of drawing and relaxing and just, as my friend put it, feeling. Feeling is good. Feeling is good. Feeling all the things that we're learning, especially around this new gasoline Maxwell. That's what I just like calling it, her gasoline, him, whatever, him. Everybody knows the relations between them that are in, the, everybody knows who's on. I can't even say her person's, maybe I can, maybe we'll see if it glitches, but Epstein's list. So I think later I'm gonna do who's who of why Epstein's flight log is so important right now, because many Canadians are still under the illusion that Turdo is leading this country, when in fact he ain't. So that's just a puppet you see there. Like, really, like, check it out. Previous year's pictures to now. It's not because of COVID and he looks shitty. Like, it's not what's going on here. But anyways, so yeah, I kind of am doing a lot of a gathering of information again, and I was gonna do a chart maybe this afternoon. Yeah, like one that's already written up, and then the other one that's, oh, it's just 333, and then one that I do like I did in my experience on planet Earth, where I just chit chat. So I'll see. It's not going to be like a year in review, but I definitely would like your input on some things that I may have forgotten, or like sometimes it just gets pushed out of your memory, that's all. Yes, we will all change the world. We are going to. So one of the things I'm going to try and help people understand is why people are going through still the and and why that's not such a bad thing. Like, it took me to terms, like, come to a lot of grips with it, but it's necessary on both sides to gather intel. I'll just leave it at that. So think of Forensic Files and John McAfee, the guy that had the computers that he gave to the White House or the defense, whatever, to spy on them. That's the McAfee antivirus guy. So don't forget, he's still lurking in the background. They have it all on everybody and everything. 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 Did I say everything? I meant everything. Anyways, so I'm not worried. Uh, Thank you, everybody. I love you. Yeah, I know you guys are all excited about my announcement. I'm super excited too. But I wanted to do just a fun card reading and have some just good vibes this morning. Oh, you got your QR flag yesterday. Whoop whoop. That's awesome. Thank you. I love you guys. Do I even have these? Right. Some days I tell ya. Doop, doop, doop. So, any ideas for what we're going to see today in this card reading? Please place us in our highest of love and light while we ask for just some divine message for today. Ooh, those ones are kind of, read me. Anyone else sticking out of here? I'll grab you because you just look like you need to be picked. So I'm reading from the Wisdom of Avalon cards. My announcement doesn't have to do with the project that I'm working on, one of them, and I'm making some of these, not like this, but a deck of cards. So yes. Oh, they're healing tools, you know? So let's see what we have here. Look at that. The deer, which is about gentleness and diplomacy. Perfect message today. The horse. I gotta get my glasses today. Horse is accepting help from another, delegating authority. I just asked you guys for help. Isn't that amazing? The bard, which is about music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. And the king, man, authority, male sexual energy, things pertaining to the law and justice. I love these cards. So that is pretty much what I just asked for. Who's helping? Who's helping? Who can we ask for? Mary, I don't think you're on to the timelines here. I'm not meaning to point fingers, but please watch my experience on planet Earth, and then maybe you can understand what this channel represents as far as timelines go, so you won't be frustrated and feel like you have to be negative and say negative comments. That's all. So that's what this deer is all about, actually. Gentleness and diplomacy. So how we're supposed to behave moving forward, in my eyes, and Queen Romana just posted this yesterday, is maybe it was yesterday or the day before, is all about how we're understanding our own situation, and I'd have to reread the whole thing, but yeah, so I think it ties in shame on your soul. Mary, go find another channel. You're gonna get blocked. Sorry. Yeah, just that's just the way it goes. So, and that's the way people should be. If you're not in my timeline, I don't have any problem blocking and deleting at all, and I think more people need to do that. So it's just, again, about boundaries and my big fat ego. So, and it is about being gentle. I wish people all the best while they're trying to find their own understandings about where we're at in our timeline. So, and that's kind of exactly what this I just laugh when it says exactly what I ask for. Thank you, universe and messages. So I don't really want to your power animal is horse. Yay. Yeah. Did you ever get a word stuck in your head? Yes. Oh, you've been had the bard in your head. Woo! Well, that's awesome. I love the synchronicities that are happening with everybody. I was talking to a friend on the phone yesterday, and we were talking about QR and some of the amazing things that put me into her timeline right off the bat. Like, just, and then shortly after that conversation, the tiniest of little feathers just went floating down. And I was like, okay then. Look at that. So, by the way, thanks for everybody's tips. This chapstick, I have to tell you, I don't normally promote products, but you know me. I bought it from Holly Berry in Carstairs. She has a store in Olds, and she makes the most wonderful products, all natural type stuff, and very high vibrational. Like, I go into her store and I'm like, wee. She makes amazing bath bombs, but I've been putting essential oils in my diffuser, so thanks to everybody who is talking about the dryness in my RV. Yeah, so, and I also boil water in my kettle often and don't have tea, but now I'm having tea. It's chocolate mint today. What else am I going to talk about? What do you think I should talk about in my next video? That's a kind of a better thing. I like how everybody's getting into a better storytelling and coming from the heart space when they're doing it. So that's really helpful, because I think that's the only way people are going to realize that, like, that person who is being negative. When you're negative, there's something within yourself that needs a little bit of work. So, and you need to be gentle to yourself and tell yourself, I love you and I am good enough to receive the love and blessings that my experience is teaching me. So you're either wanting to feel that love and blessings, or you're just not quite there yet. So, like I've said in many videos before, if you're pointing the fingers at other people, don't forget there's 3 pointing back at you and a thumb pointing up. Unless you do this, I guess. Then there's a thumb and a finger pointing. But there's always 3 little fingers pointing back at you. And that's the inner work that we have to surrender to love. So we need to ask ourselves, why don't I trust this person? Why do I think this person's a fraud? What about my journey right now that doesn't understand or have an understanding of what each person's role, every single one of us, including you, Mary, plays a part in this game we're playing. And it is a human experience in biological entities through our spiritual and heart connection. So how we even vote going forward has nothing to do with electronics. It has to do with our heart space. If we don't want it, it's not going to be there. I just watched another movie the other day. I've been just watching movie after movie just to absorb information, like especially kids movies. I watched one with the clock in the wall, or in the house, or in the wall, or whatever, with Jack Black. I was like, what the WTF? Like, honestly, what the F? It literally talked about using a human bone as a key, and like all these magical sorcery and the book and da 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 da. So it's what is below is above. So just keep that in mind when you're pointing out these things. Are you recognizing the dark shadow that's following us around sometimes, of these programs? They are programs to feel less than. I feel super powerful, especially after this whole year and the end of May, when the military became more known in my eyes through Queen Romana. And people aren't getting that it's a military thing and not a government or political or religious thing. It has nothing to do with those things in that pyramid. Zero. It's all coming from the heart space the fact that we're all equal, and that's why we the people are being activated. So that's one of the things I've been most happy about this year, is help has arrived to guide us and to help activate us into our blissful self. So that's where people are at right now. They're either seeing that they can be activated to make a difference. Hey, I want to help. I want to be a humanitarian. Or they're like, I still want to point the fingers and call people frauds and blame people for, I gotta turn my heater on, blame people for being cold in my RV. Actually, it's like minus 20 something again. I don't know. It's pretty cold today. But it's supposed to warm up to -3 on Sunday. But yeah, so people are in these negative vibes, and just look at it like, we're all in the game, and everybody is leveling up at certain times. Like certain people get a grip on who they are in their feminine divine. I'll just talk about my own understanding. So at 28, I was like, hey, wait a minute. I'm not going to let men boss me around anymore. At 41:14, I love it. And then 44:14. This is what YouTube shows me, but sometimes there's like hundreds of people watching. So at 28 in my life, I was really shy before that, like painfully shy. I worked at Earl's when I was 23, and I could barely muster up a, hi there, my name is Raven. May I take your order today? And so by the time I got to 28, it was like I leveled up the, nobody has really power over me but me. And my ex-mother-in-law told me to get my big girl panties on that year, because no one's going to help me but me. And honestly, I couldn't accept that truth at that point, but it did cause me to level up. You know, I love her for it, you know? So did I like want to hear that? No. So there's people who don't want to hear how beautiful it is yet to be leveled up. They're not there yet. They're coming in baby steps, you know? And that's what I think the cards were about today, is the gentleness of the storytelling. And to sit with kind of like that knowing in divine justice. So in your power and in your strength of the horse and the wisdom of just knowing that justice has been served. And people are like, oh, but I can't see anything happening, or what have you. There's so many videos and so many things. Again, are you ready to level up your computer and go to the wizard and go, okay, I'm gonna get the instructions, and right now they're telling me a million things about human trafficking, about Gasoline Maxwell, about the CV, about the jabs, about whatever. They're telling me so many things I can't digest. So people are just going through one timeline, and those are timelines. So until you realize that, I'll just use my pencils as an example, and these are my drawing equipment. So let's just say this is lizard breath, okay? Now, in my timeline, this lizard breath does not have any authority over me. Most of my life, she's had no authority over me. So this is the fake monarch, okay? So if you look at this timeline and believe that this timeline, she has gone off to another place where they can live peacefully without interfering in our timelines going forward. Their forms don't hold this form anymore because the vibrations are getting so high. Think of it like the computers, think of it like they're the dirtiest, most inundated virus computers out there. Okay? All these monarchs and fake government people. Fake people giving us their media, fake media stuff, okay? So if we believe all of this timeline is collapsed and she's dead and gone, and we're focusing on the co-creation, then all of a sudden this starts drawing the new world because that timeline is out of our consciousness now. The more we keep bringing this timeline up and not dealing with our frustration around the fact that they used us as for soul harvesting and soul transferring and human food, and yes, this is true, shape-shifting in front of us, some people. So some people can't get into that timeline yet. They don't get that. But as soon as they are aware that that happened and it's been dealt with by the benevolent people of the universe, then the more we're co-creating and making beautiful art in the future. And that's what our power has been robbed of, so simply put. So not everybody's going to be in your timeline right this second. But the more knowing you have in your love heart space, the more you're picking up all these other downloads about what's going on in other timelines, and you see them collapsing, kind of like old movies. You can see the fake in everything, and I know a lot of people can digest that with me. They see the fake in a lot of the masks that are on and those types of things, and the weird teeth and the ears not lining up and the pausing out, like, like what's driving their meat suit? That's always what I'm asking. Even people who jump on and are negative here, I don't know if you're real, dude. No offense, but I've never met you. So you want to leave a 6-paragraph thing about why you think QR is a fraud, and I know that's all of it is not true and you're not in my timeline, I'm going to block and delete it because it's not in my timeline. Those are like the timelines that have collapsed for me. See you later. So that's what we all need to do, is just at 2222 co-create that new, and 22 likes. I love that. That's what we need to start doing and manifesting. So, and that's what my announcement is all about, is manifestation. So I can't wait. Woo-hoo-hoo. So excited. But in the meantime, I'm gonna do maybe a chart later on just some family connections to give everybody a refresher. If you haven't watched the one called Family Portrait, it's a chart video, and about who's related to who and why they're connected. I'm going to kind of recap that a little bit today. I might have to go rewatch that one myself. And I don't watch my videos. I don't rewatch my videos, but I did have to watch the Queen Romana Part 2. I watched about half of it again. Like, what did I even say in that video? I didn't know. So usually when I say the video, it's out into the air and to the universe, and I don't revisit it because I think it's just, that's the way it's supposed to be. And I think that's what my vibration's all about, like water, and let it flow. So anyways, I love you all. I'm so grateful, like so grateful to the new people who are commenting and are grateful for finding me, because I'm grateful for finding you as well. It's all about frequency right now, and like it always was, but the reality of high vibrational frequency and how fun it is to just sit and love and watch this awesome freaking movie being played out. Like, it's just, and then you realize, wait a second, this movie has been playing out far longer than I thought. Maybe like I'm recognizing patterns all the way back to 2012 now, and I'm like, this is just mind-boggling how much we have been, where our vibrations catching up to timelines. That's all. So when you know a timeline, it's just kind of like collapsed and move on. So I just love everything right now. I just love everything and how everything is being magical. So that's all I wanted to say today. It's just beautiful. Everything is beautiful. And God bless you all. And I Love QR. I'm not gonna say her name because I get banned from even posting her stuff on Facebook right now. Can't post anything. Goes against her community standards of, all that PEDO crap they just let go on there. It goes against their low ball standards, their low vibe standards to have high vibe people on their page. Silliness. Anyways, light and love to everybody. I can't wait to see you all later. I probably will do a chart video or something. Have fun. Have a blissful day.